I guess we can end on two parts, a two-part question. What's the most memorable inspection experience that stands out in your career, and what's the most unusual thing that you've discovered during an inspection?
So
or is it all one
the most
inspection?
memorable one. So I was in Oregon, right? And I was hanging out with my buddy. They live on the coast, and he's like, "Hey, I got to go get my raft, or I got to go get something." It was like a kayak or something from a neighbor. And so we went over to his neighbor's house, and the neighbor was like an old dude. He was like 65. He was getting ready to go paddle the Grand Canyon or whatever it was, and he was getting ready to leave. And he had, when I was over there, he had like these cool little bonsai trees. And I was like, oh man, these are sweet bonsais, you know, like Mr. Miyagi, he was like trimming the trees. He's like, no, those are my seedlings. I was like, you're what? I don't know what a seedling is. He's like, come over here, let me show you this. And he took me out to the shed at his property, and he opened up the door and unzipped this, you know those things where you put all your clothes, like it's like a big clothes thing, and you unzip, you unzip it, and it's lined. It's just a place to keep all your clothes if you don't have a closet. And he unzipped that, and it was lined in tinfoil, and he had like 7 full-grown pot plants in that thing. And I'm from North Carolina. 7 full-grown pot plants.
Wait, this is pre-legalization.
Well, it was legal in Oregon for your own, but North Carolina, you're going to jail for the rest of your life. I've never even seen a pot plant, much less 7 of them. And I was like, that's insane.
That's
totally
funny.
legal in Oregon, but totally illegal here. Well, I was at an inspection in a crawl space, and this crawl space was like 5 feet or 6 feet tall. It was kind of big. Now I was going through, doing my thing, and I kind of went around the corner, and I saw one of those clothes things that I saw at that dude's house.
I know what this is.
And I was like, I know exactly. And I crawled over to it, and I unzipped it, and they had all these bottles in the bottom, and it was lined in tinfoil, and nothing was in there. And I was like, I know what they were doing. I never would have known what it was if I hadn't have seen it at that dude's house. But
did you collect a specimen for research purposes?
No, it was totally empty. They had like I don't know if it was vinegar bottles or what people do, but they had like bottles at the bottom.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my God, somebody was growing pot in this crawl space.
Wow.